and also new roller, free roller can't understand what gonna
Guys, this
happen.
is a really good theory, actually.
So
I'm sorry to
today's the
interrupt
worst day.
Shinji,
So
but
then I can handle
the
it,
more I'm thinking
and
about
that's
it,
understandable. But at the same time, we know how
they
escalated
asked the questions
is,
about the
how
addictions,
it
which
is
is a really
gonna
weird
escalate.
question to ask and out of pocket in the group
So
therapy session.
that is
It's a
why
really weird thing to do.
we had some
The random
gap
addictions
of their
question,
thinking.
they're
Maybe he can
absolutely
understand
feeding them
like how.
cigarettes, chain smoking cigarettes, alcohol, all
I
these
don't want
different
to go
things,
back, but
gambling, making them play card games, addiction,
because
addiction, addiction.
everyone did to me
And
when I was
he
in law
said that's
school.
a hospital bed that's in the attic. Let's go and see really quick. He said this is a hospital bed in the attic. This seems very cult like. The iconography, everything, the time period, the year, the Sinan parallel, the summer voicemails. I want to come back. I want to come back. I don't know, guys. The more I think about it, and you guys are talking about it, the Cult of Sinan, originally known as Tender Loving Care, as a new religious movement founded in 1958 by Charles Chuck Diedrich Sr. in Santa Monica, California, originally established as a drug rehabilitation program, Sinan developed into an alternative community centered around group truth-telling sessions that came to be known as but they were also therapy. They were like therapy circles, like this with the chairs and stuff. And very interesting. It became known as the Sinan game, a form of attack therapy. The group ultimately became a cult called the Church of Sinan in the 1970s. And every time they do group therapy, they tend to resort to ganging up on somebody. And then Cole left the last time that they ganged up on him. He instantly broke, and he left within 24 hours. And then here we have what took place tonight. They're kind of pushed to target each other. They're pushed to air their grievances out, not about themselves or how they might have fallen short or what their issues are, but it's to review each other and to say what each other did wrong. I think that's very interesting. I think the Sin Anon parallel is part of it. It really could be. It could be part of the inspiration. The Discord's cooking in here. I can't take credit. Discord's cooking. We got Wolf and artist Izzy and all these people talking about, all these theories and stuff, and all you guys in the chat. Really interesting. I kind of You're a Wolf Google guy. Oh, that makes sense.
Completely covered in protection.
Guys, I kind of feel like that's what this is. I mean, what else? Why all these deliberate decisions, such deliberate decisions in terms of the time period setting, the decor, the approach, the challenges, some of the things that's been said, all these different things. Why? You know, the chain smoking, so weird for this season. Wasn't it? They barely drank. They never smoked in the first season. So why now? Because there's a new theme for this season. Addiction and shit like that is the theme in some way interwoven into this. Very, very fascinating. The symbol meaning something about risk plus reward plus punishment. Interesting. And that's what Fish Tank ultimately is, right? It's a risk, reward, punishment kind of thing. It's a building people up and tearing them down, which is also what cults do to brainwash people. They build them up, tear them down, build them up, tear them down. Which is what happens on the Fish Tank. Everyone just smoked indoors in the 70s and it'd be funny to get them addicted. I think that's true. I think that's all. I think kind of both things are true. Like it's a funny bit. I don't know.
That was very best moment of my life. One of the best moments of my life.
It's interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting theory. Just to cook a little bit.
Then I started
It
watching
could
other
be true. It
guy.
could be not.
Even
It could
like
all just
he
mean
didn't
nothing, and I'll
understand
be a
English
fucking
so
whatever.
much because
I don't know.
I like his voice and I like
It's interesting though.
gameplay.
Yeah, the judge bringing up the addiction thing is so weird and out of pocket. It's such an odd
That is the
question to
first
ask
video
for
about
no
English.
reason based on nothing. It had nothing to do with anything that's taken
English
place
speaker
since
YouTuber
day zero.
I saw.
You know what I mean? It's such a
Watching.
weird thing to ask. And this earlier there was a clock. There was an old time alarm clock that was right here on the 12. Now this could be oriented for the camera. This could be 6 o'clock, or it could be 12 o'clock here, or it could be reversed and it means 12 here. I don't know. It seems to resemble a clock of some sort. That's my. But it's an interesting symbol, very cult like. You should ask someone from the Fish Tank team about the ARG theory. I don't know if they would actually. I don't know if they would say. Maybe when I get to talk to Wes, but also Wes. I don't know how much Wes. I think that he would be privy to that. I think so, but he also might not. He's all the way in Finland. I mean, I don't know how much they go over that kind of stuff exactly. He may only know vaguely. I mean, he might not be able to say either. Looks like a sundial. Did Sanan have symbology? Even if it's not a cult thing, those SIGs are going. The judge preaching the gospel to Trish early on also felt foreboding. Interesting. Yeah, true. True. Pretty sure the last thing production wants is to tell people the surprise. Yeah, I agree. Chat, you guys are cooking tonight. That's crazy. It's so interesting. People are also saying Attic Cam looked different earlier on, which is, I don't even know how it's possible. And we know Attic Cam was definitely a looped video at one point. And not a live cam, which confirms that they can loop video and not have live cams if they really wanted to. They could loop a cam to appear live, but it isn't, because they were doing that for the attic for a while before the reveal of the room.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That, goes into it of like.
These people don't go to sleep.
So like in Texas, I'm gonna say for Dallas, because living in Dallas, so many fucking. I'm not gonna say so many, but like, it's definitely a good amount of businesses like that. So
I mean, there's a chance someone could respond to you with like a clue. That's true. There's been multiple ARGs where people message the creator have gotten clues. True. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
For some reason, like when
yeah, maybe we should try that at some point.
The guy, he was like,
and you can also see
he was so weird at first. Like, he was cool, but like
in the Discord, you can see the two differences.
And all of this other
this is what this is the Sanan logo.
They require dress code, but they're not as hard.
This was what the attic originally looked like early on when we first got a glimpse.
They don't give a damn.
And then this is what fucking, well, we know what it looks like now, but you know.
Yeah,
so it has changed a little bit.
Talking about like teams and stuff, about like who would you want being your whatever. It's like I don't want to be on this team with all the girls, because like girls like can kind of get shit done. Like
very interesting.
You're definitely right about that.
I mean, there's certain places.
Is there significance in the year for Sanan for 1973 or 2?
Alright. She said it is what it is. But yeah, Elite, they're cool people, and normally for a 3-hour event can range like 90 to, at the most I've made in the event for a 3-hour event is like 165 in 3 hours. at the least, sometimes at
Tin Eye, the symbol in the attic. Oh, it's a decent idea. That more ties the Holy Mountain. What?
But sometimes the owner Elaine, she's cool. She's a white woman, but she's so. I love Elaine. Like I say that a lot because for some reason, like with black people.
Imagine it was all World Corp. That would be funny and cool, but that's a low chance. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be related to World Corp, but it could be kind of something in the same genre. How many days did the last show go? I fucking can't remember. I think it was also 6 weeks, but I can't remember. I don't know. For me, it's the voicemails. Yeah.
If you say exposure's cool, but like we're living in a fucked up time.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Also, anyone notice the little menu map had more rooms and they're crossed out? Maybe bathroom cams or something.
Yeah, that's how they do it. And a lot of times, like I was telling about the Chosen I worked on, when I worked on that, it wasn't too many black people on there. Or, yeah, not too many, but a lot of times, a lot of acting work, like I told you, even working with Alex Stein, it's only one other black guy there, but it was mainly me. So it's like, I'm always in spaces where I'm surrounded by predominantly white people, but I find it as a good thing and not like I like it for some reason because I feel like for me I'm a black person, cultural black person that's gonna represent an authentic black person that was raised right. You know what I mean? Like not somebody who's like used to being in fucking jail, used to like
cracking the case.
You know, in and out of prison. You know what I mean? The statistics. So.
It's
like,
interesting.
A lot of times
it's definitely
you
interesting.
Fight tooth and nail for shit. Like I had one guy I had to do before I got booked. Before I got here, I did like 2 or 3 bookings in Dallas. I did a episode for the sci-fi series that's releasing next year, and then I did the read. It's like a poem read for 3rd grade students in Texas that were behind on reading level.
Oh, that's cute.
But the guy before he booked me, he was trying to like pay me very low, but when he found out my acting work history, I kind of had to fight him. Not like fight him, but like tell him like this is what I'm accepting. Because I told him $50 for 20 minutes, you can't beat that. It's only 20 minutes.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's good.
he was trying to like, I'm like, people are just so fucking like, don't fucking try to lowball me. I'm hardworking. I'm bilingual. I work my ass off. I'm not like. That's why I was telling Brian, like, don't be on my case because they were like, oh, Donnie, you did so good. You didn't even know what was going on. You came here within an hour. You know what I'm saying?
I have to listen to this clip just to clip it. In case we did crack the question to ask.
So today, everyone says today, pressure is to how that is the best, like, biggest concern of us. And also new loader. Freeloader can't understand what
guys, this is a really good theory actually. I'm sorry to interrupt Shinji, but the more in the summer of 1973 an incident would occur that would profoundly change the Sinanan community forever. Dietrich himself was taking part in a game, but one female member was showing him no respect and kept interrupting his gnomic utterances. Infuriated, Dietrich stood up, walked over to the woman, and poured a can of root beer over her head. Is that real?
The comedy, live comedy downstairs.
Wait, so is that tomorrow?
No, it's on the...
Why would that change? What's the significance of that?
I should probably get something together then.
Yeah, I already wrote mine. That's what I was telling.
Summer of 1973. Interesting.
Like 10 minutes. But the thing is, like, you don't have to read it. Like, I'm going to read mine, but, your delivery and all of that
stuff.
I need to...
Slinanan.
But,
Slinanan.
That's like my nightmares doing
Summer of 1973. Interesting.
Brian said that he was like, I'm so happy we got somebody.
But what would be the significance of, like, that event? I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, in a good way. But like I said, like even with black people, like when it comes to my name, fucking black people, like it's not a black name, it's an African name.